Wrestling and acrobatics are two traditional pastimes that have long been popular in China. They originated as trials of strength and skill. Their transformation into a form of entertainment appears to have been the idea of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of unified China.
In 221 BC, Ying Zheng, Duke of Qin, united the country and founded the Qin dynasty. He would be called Qin Shi Huang, first emperor of the Qin dynasty. Having established its capital at Xianyang in today's Shanxi province, the emperor had all the drums and bells that had been captured from the dukes he had conquered brought to his palace. He also summoned the finest craftsmen from the various dukedoms to his court. One day, an air of excitement filled the imperial palace. Followed by his concubines and officials, the emperor arrived. He had a broad smile on his face. The palace had been transformed. The courtyard had been turned into a stage, ready for a performance. The emperor sat in the middle of the platform, fanned by servants standing on both sides. To the sound of drum beats, a team of strong men climbed onto the stage, where several bronze ding three-footed vessels and bamboo poles were placed. In the background, heavily armed soldiers stood guard. Li Si, the chief minister, gave the order for the performance to begin. The strong men approached the bronze ding, which were of various sizes, and raised them above their heads with their right arms. Then they circled the stage and put the dings back. It was a contest, and the man who lifted the heaviest ding, weighing more than 250 kilograms, was declared the winner. The emperor announced that in view of the man's great strength, he should become a Juedi wrestler. Some 2,200 years later, a number of pottery figurines were unearthed in Shenyang. They are a vivid depiction of the entertainments held at the imperial court. 6 of the figurines have been restored, although one still lacks his head. The figurines are all bare-chested and dressed in short skirts. With their left feet forward and left hands gripping their waistbands, they have their right arms raised high. They appear to be the victors in the contest, enjoying the applause of the audience. At the same site as the figurines, a bronze ding was also unearthed. Archaeologists have concluded that Emperor Qin Shi Huang enjoyed the sport of ding lifting. Apart from the figurines celebrating victory in a ding lifting contest, others were found that are believed to have once held bamboo poles. Between the left arm and the body of the number 5 figurine, there's a hole 10 centimeters in diameter. The archaeologists say this could well have held a pole. Turning back the clock 2,200 years, we come again to the grand ceremony held at Emperor Qin Shi Huang's court. After the strong man had finished lifting the bronze dings, 2 men carrying bamboo poles entered the stage. Holding the poles upright, they stood and stared at each other. With the audience guessing what would happen next, 2 short men ran onto the stage and started climbing the poles. In no time, they reached the top and executed an amusing salute to the emperor. Everyone laughed. The entertainment staged at the Qin court were generally named Bai Xi, or 100 games. Besides the weightlifting and pole climbing, wrestling was also popular. The ancient form of wrestling, known as Juedi, first appeared in the spring and autumn period, several hundred years before the Qin dynasty. The 2 wrestlers would wear ox horns. The sport would later develop into modern wrestling and even feature in Chinese traditional opera. A Juedi contest was overseen by a referee. The 2 wrestlers would bare their chests, wear short trousers or skirts, and bind a long band around their waists. Later, dramatic elements were added to the contest. The famous Zhiyou contest featured a battle between the prehistoric tribal leaders Zhiyou and Huangdi. This contest can be seen as the embryonic form of modern Chinese opera. Baishi developed from military exercises held in the spring and autumn period. In the Qin and following Han dynasties, it was often staged at the imperial court. During the reign of Emperor Wudi of the Han dynasty, a grand Baishi contest was held at Chang'an, today's Xi'an in Shanxi province, which commoners were allowed to attend. After the Qin dynasty, the programs developed greatly in terms of their scale and variety, eventually becoming Zaji or acrobatics, which is still very popular in China today.